Alright, so out of here, you guys, I'm going to start a new series on Railway Empire. It's a pretty cool game. I like it. I've been always big on these railroad tycoon type games ever since I was young. Um, and I also build model railroads as a hobby. So I'm just kind of excited this came out. I won't lie though, when it first came out at 50 bucks, that was a little high. I don't like where the developer put that price point. Um, it's a very cool game, don't get me wrong, and I just don't think the price value. So I just want to start that out right away. The price value, I think they got to bring it down a little bit, get down to the 40 range and the 30 range, 35, something like that. Um, but no knocks from the game. I just think the price is bad. So in this series, I'm going to start you out with we're going to do some campaigns. We're going to check it out, show you guys how to get the game started, things like that. And I think maybe a few other episodes later, we'll go into like a free mode, and we'll just try to take out our competition and see how big we can build our railroad. So let's get started right away. We're going to hit a campaign. I have done chapter 1 already. I think I can do it again. We're going to find out here. I'm going to click on it, hit continue. As you can see, when you start out, it gives you like a location. Pause game is at normal. And of course, it tells you a description of what it is. The game pauses automatically when buildings and tracks and signals and so forth are being built. Doesn't give you the option to change anything here. They're doing realistic railroads. The reason why they're doing this is because they're teaching you how to make turn tracks and things like that, as you guys can read down in here. But let's just go ahead. I mean, these are all things that by the game you can learn this on your own. So let's just pretty much
I did an
let's get it going.
evaluation of the contenders, and I am the best choice.
They do have different characters, as you can see right here. You'll be able to eventually, if you did it in like free play or other ones, you can pick the guy that you're going to be. Each guy that you be, he'll give you different bonuses and so forth. I already got my name in there. Like I said, I've been playing. Looks like I can't change
Meticulous
that.
planning,
So
tables, figures, and hard facts.
anyways, that's him talking like that. So let's go ahead and get continued. And let's see what it looks like. Let's get the first look at this game. It's the first time you're seeing it. I hope you like it. They're gonna do a little video here.
The Missouri River, the last chapter in the monumental undertaking of the Transcontinental Railroad began. The workers of the Union Pacific Railroad began laying their tracks westward from Omaha through the wild heart of the North American continent. Massive challenges awaited them. Away from all civilization, the country was vast, the weather ruthless, and the challenges tremendously energy-sapping. But there was a masterstroke of modern engineering to be accomplished, to tame the wilderness and to conquer it with steel, fire, and steam. Never before had anything like this been ventured, but the time was ripe.
Greetings. My name is Thomas Clark Durand. Exactly, the head of Union Pacific. We will go down in history as the ones who created the
So Thomas there is going to pretty much tell us, give us some tasks. He's going to pretty much
chief engineer.
tell us how to do some stuff here.
Supervise everything here on site
how to pretty much
now,
set down a
as I
station
have to
and things
meet
like
with
that.
some
So
politicians
the
and
beginning of the
whatnot.
gameplay is pretty cool, pretty simple. I do believe I got the graphics turned
First,
down.
you should familiarize yourself with the basic controls.
As you can see,
move the camera in all directions.
yes, Thomas, we're going to move back, forth, forward, back.
Now test the camera's zoom
And
function.
yes, we know we can turn.
You can also rotate the camera.
And we know we can
Give
do
it
all
a try. Very good. Now you know the
teaching us
basic
the
controls.
basics. So
Your first task is to create a rail connection between
let him
Omaha
talk
and
here for a
Norfolk
sec.
to the northwest.
I don't like the big pause they do between these.
Both cities will need a station for this. You already have a station in Omaha, but you still need to build one in Norfolk. To do this, switch to building construction mode.
Switch to building construction mode. All right, Thomas, we're going to move on here. So up here in the top corner, you can see where it says build construction. We click there, and it gives you a bunch of options. You got your small, medium, and large stations. Of course, this is the tutorial generally in this campaign, so they're pretty much just teaching you how to play the game. We're going to want to build a small station. We can zoom in here, get through the clouds. You generally want to build it right in the middle of that green. There is a reason for that.
Very good.
Because your town is
Now
going to
the
want
two
to go.
stations need to be connected with tracks.
And
To
so
do this,
click the track up
switch to
here.
track construction mode.
And
now plan the tracks between the stations in Norfolk and Omaha. To do this, select the two station tracks one after the other.
So if you
Then
click here,
pay for your track
you
planning.
can drag and it automatically rolls the track to where it needs to go. And you see it'll make that. As we kind of play this and get into our series, I played this quite a bit, y'all. So we won't be able to do this one whole big long shot like this. Bang, pop that out like that. And after you do that, you click your point to point. I'll get back to my story here in a second. You got to click the little money sign, which is pay and build.
First train, so that you can set up a rail line.
Of course, we're going to get our first train. Click right here. And we got to add a locomotive. Click here. Of course, it's early. We're only going to get the one train to start out with. So once you do that, you got your locomotive. You'll be able to eventually add personnel to it, which will increase the speeds and accelerations and I can't even say that. Reliable stuff. Makes your percentages go up. But you can see we hit X there, and at this point we need to hit the line to create this, and we're going to make this train go from this point and to this point, and you can see the little, this is the path it's going to take. Go ahead and hit that little check mark, and you can see she's loading up the stake right down here.
Now you can see the journey your
there it
train
is.
will
It's
take.
about to head out. We're going to, I think we can go aboard this baby. Let's click down in here, and let's take a ride, huh? I got my graphics turned down. Obviously, with these videos, we try not to get too high because, you know, frames per second and so forth. But the original graphics of this, they said it, are beautiful, man. Like, you can see the grass out here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but in detail, it's really pretty. And then the frames per second are really high. I mean, it's 200 plus. I mean, they're just great. I mean, this guy, whoever these developers are, I'll probably put the links down in the description so you guys can check it out and stuff like that. But it's great. I mean, you can switch cameras. That's the other side. This is out the front, and then we of course look out the back. Look at the smoke up there. I even have the graphics turned down. You can see that, y'all. So it's pretty cool. And there, we'll click off of that, and of course the train's moving there. She'll gradually get to our city there, and of course we're going to make some money off it. So the next project he wants us to do was build a supply tower. Of course, you got to remember the time this is, 1800s, and trains needed that water. So we're going to drop a supply tower right here.
Your train is
and
now
Thomas is
traveling
going to be
between
very happy.
Omaha and Norfolk. But you can do even more. Each city needs goods from the surrounding area. For example, every city needs corn.
Yes, every city does need corn. But where is the corn? As we can scroll up,
look, there is a corn farm near Omaha.
There's one right
Until
there.
now, the corn has made it to the city in the conventional way, but we want to change that.
Right, so if we click on it, conventional way is by transport through carts.
Now construct a rural train station in the marked location with a corn farm within its radius.
So this is pretty cool. I'll tell you guys this in a minute. Oh, there's the corn down here they want me to go to. Oh, I was looking at this one way over there. We're going to do this one. So as you click on it, you can see you can't put it right on top of this. You can only do that in the cities. But here you want to be like next to it, and we want to rotate and see how our track is. But we are going to want to rotate that train a little bit and get it so that way the track is heading in the right direction, right? It doesn't have to be the closest. It's just got to be something, you know, you're going to plan a track out after this. So
now connect
let's drop that baby down. Let's go ahead and hit our track up here. And let's get a track ran from here to Omaha. Bam. And hit the dollar sign there.
Things are getting tricky,
and
as we have
bam.
to deal with the logistical problem.
Ooh, logistics.
As Norfolk should also enjoy fresh corn, there will soon be 2 trains traveling on the stretch of track between Omaha and Norfolk. Of course, this will then result in a conflict.
See, now I'll have this pause. I wish they would just give me the task right away. So, oh, look at the other trains coming back, hauling a bunch of beer.
Each other, you'll need a side track between Omaha and Norfolk.
As you scroll out, you can see where I have that
and 2 signals.
That supply tower. So what he's wanting me to do is the part of this game, which you can put the game on easy mode, and the
in the
trains will
fleet
pass
at
through
least
each
one
other.
enough for
All
a
right, that
fully
same
loaded
track, you
train.
won't have to have separate tracks, they'll go right through each other. But they're trying to make this a little more realistic and trying to get you to manage your trains a little bit, so that way you'll, you know, get between towns and they'll go through switches and stuff like that. So what he's trying to get me to do right now is lay some track, and he's trying to get me to lay a switch track. So see how I can click down on that? If I click it once, I'll move my mouse out and bam, there's another track. And we're going to go the distance of this, bam, to there, and then we're going to reconnect it back in, bam, and then we're going to build it.
However, your trains won't necessarily use
So
the sidetrack,
next we are
as they
going to have to
generally
put in
always
signals, because
take
we
the
got to tell
shortest
these
route.
people what
For this
direction to go.
reason, you also have to specify
So
the direction of travel
we're going
on
to click
each
here,
parallel track.
and of course I'm going to let him finish this, because I think if I do it before he tells me how to do it, I don't get credit for it. So I'm going to let him tell me how to do it first.
Now
here.
open building construction mode and set up a
Click on
signal in the
signal.
highlighted area pointing in the direction of the switch.
So we're going
Trains
to
will
go
then be able to
that way,
stop here when the signal track
and
is
we're
in
going to
use.
hold your shift down and click, and you can see how it's telling the train that it has to go that way on that track, right? So then, see what it is? See how I told you they won't let me.
Now make sure that the track can only be traveled in one direction.
So you got to
For
let
this
them
purpose,
finish
set
this
the
thing.
signal so the trains coming from the opposite direction cannot pass.
So that's where we'll hit the shift there. Bang. Right? Right. I think I'm doing it right. There.
Now do the same.
Oh, I had to
on
click going back the other way.
track, so that
Okay,
each
sorry.
parallel track has a different
And
direction.
so then I want
Place
this
a second
there,
signal in the
and
highlighted
I can
area
click it again and it
block
turns
the
it.
track to trains
And
coming
then if I
from
hit the
opposite
shift
direction.
and click,
Very
bang,
good.
now the trains are
sure
going that way.
wasn't at all easy.
As you can see, so when
You'll
trains
soon come to
come,
realize that
they will
signals are an
pass
important aid
through
in
each
guaranteeing
direction.
smooth
So we
rail
know the trains are going to go
operations.
that way when
You
they're
will
going one
find
way,
more
and they'll come this way.
information
And they will
tips
actually
under
stop at the
hints
supply
and
tower
tips.
and do their deal with their water and stuff like that as the train goes by. So that's pretty cool. I missed what he wanted me to do next, but so I made money on that train. Of course, came in. You seen the
Assemble a new
16,000.
train and give it a locomotive and a rail line.
So he
Your
wants
new
me to get
rail
another
line
train.
should run via Omaha to Norfolk so that the people of Norfolk can be supplied with corn.
So from Omaha to Norfolk. So he wants me to get a train to go from, I do believe, out here, which we'll select that, and we'll back out of that. And I do believe we're going to set a rail, and it's going to go from here to here. And then we're going to hit the check mark, we're going to hit save, and then that train should be on its way. As you can see, it'll probably start filling up the corn right there, as it is doing. Ta-da! You can see, that's how we got 8 cards. 8 cards. So it's working its way. I love the close detail. Hopefully I don't get you guys too dizzy looking at this. That's why I think I like to ride along. Center of the train. Oh, that's new. So I can ride like that. Oh, alright. They did just have a patch come out on this. I am actually running the beta patch. I don't know what version it is. 1.2.1 or something like that. So I'm running the beta patch, which gives me some North American options and things like that. So, but you can see the corn's in and dropping off, and as they unload, you can see that my money is going up, and we're making money, and we're cruising along. So I'm going to get some tasks. He's going to tips. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to do tips. Did he give me my tasks yet? No. So I got to finish the scenario with him, and look at there. I got a breakdown already. Goodness gracious. Come on, guys. Hold it together. I think I need to get a train to go from... I think I got to go from the corn place to there, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder if this train's supposed to do that. I didn't hear what he said. I wasn't paying attention. Never to create a locomotive and a railway. Your new railway should travel from the rival train station through Omaha to, so it's got to go through here. All right, so we're going to click on this guy, and you can click up here in the corner where it sets rail lines, and you can change it, as you can see. We are going to make it go to here, and how do I make this go away? Huh? Oh, well, you know what? We're going to do that. I want it to go here. No, I don't. I don't want it to go there. And I don't want to copy it. So, you know what? Oh, here it is. My bad. My bad. It's over here. It's over here. It's over here. Okay. Now I got it. Now I got it. Okay. So we're going to go from the farm, and we're going to go to Norfolk. And then we're going to set it. Bam. Now that's the way they want us to do it, I do believe. From arrival station, which they call this the rival station, rival station through this town and to the Norfolks, so that people in Norfolks, which is up here, will get some corn. Good for them. They got all these little video things up here, teach you how to build a thing, a city station, things like that. They're just constantly popping up. You can hit the little trash there and it disappears. Like here, build a rival station. I mean, that's what he's telling us to do, so you know, you can just click it and go. So it looks like we had a train just stop in here. And if you click on the city, it's kind of neat. It tells you its demands. It's got two carts of this, 3 of this mail. It's got a bunch of meat, and it's got some leather to export. And if you click over at the other city, it'll kind of give you ideas of what they need. They're shipping out some beer, which they're gone, but they got passengers and mail that need to go out. I'll get into a few other episodes and stuff like that. Right now, this is really just me trying to get you guys a little bit of seeing the game and the basics. Just a fresh start. First start. We got a couple engines running. We got a couple things. I'll probably end this once. What's happening here? How come he ain't moving? Oh, I used up all the corn. No, he's got 14 corn. Why is he leaving without corn? Did I do something wrong there? Alright, guys, what do I got? I got 1 engine. I got 2 engines. And that guy ain't hauling nothing. Did I do it wrong? Random breakdown. The one thing I have noticed in this game, you guys, is these random breakdowns are so constant. It's almost irritating. I don't know why they just insist that they got to break that fast and that easy. Now, I do not have a supply thing between here, which I do need to put in, which would probably help with some of that. And we're going to do that. And let's pop this baby up right here. Bam. And let that go. But I want to know why that my train isn't what the route is. It is, yeah, back and forth. I wonder why it didn't take any corn. Are they not demanding corn up in Norfolk? I thought that's part of the... Oops, don't do that. I thought that was part of the deal here. Just check out of that and save that. Our engine is rolling. The main part of what they're trying to teach you here, though, is this. See how the train came to a stop at that stop sign? And he's going to pass on through. Once he passes through, and there she goes. So that was the concept behind that. And then I don't know why my guy is not hauling corn up to the other city. But I'm going to kind of end the video here, guys. That's just a little basic of it. I'm going to start doing a few more videos so you can see the game. We'll get past some of the other little things like this and show you a little more of the gameplay, where we can go out and get some cows and bring them to cities and stuff like that. Like I said, I already completed this campaign, so I can move into the next campaign in my next video and show you guys a little bit more. It's a very cool game. Price point, I don't agree with. I think it was very high for what it's set at. It does have a lot to it. It's in development. I mean, it's not in development. I mean, it's released. Obviously, they're continuing to add to the game. Things like that. I knew the beta version they just let out that's in testing does a lot of the North America stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. I mean, I won't lie. I like it. The game's great, guys. I'd recommend picking it up. I would maybe wait until maybe the price point comes down a little bit, which is probably going to happen. Here's how I bought my game, though. I bought it online. I found someone that had Steam codes for sale, and I bought it that way instead of paying the $50. I'm pretty sure I paid about 21 bucks for it, which the game is probably more reasonably priced at maybe 29, I'm going to say. They probably would have got quite a bit more sales, I think, if they would have had a better price point. But enough of me beating you up on that. So that's the game, Railway Tycoon, or Railway Empire. I mean, I really truly like the game, and we'll get some more episodes. And next time we will expand on, and we'll try to compete against some other train companies, and let's see if we can take them out of business maybe in the next episode. So Zada signing off. Thanks for checking out, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button. I'm new to YouTube, but help me get started here. So that's that cool train. Let's look at it one more time before I check out. Bam! Oh, we're coming up on the water tower there. Ha 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 ha. Graphics are cool. I got them turned down. All right, thanks again, you guys. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Thanks.